spontaneous love. But at the same time, he always behaved, once he became a householder, and from then on, either as a householder or sannyasi, he always behaved in a very exemplary way. He took note of that. And so there is a tension in devotional life. If I'm progressing in Krishna consciousness, my mood, in the beginning, when we come to Krishna consciousness, some of us, we really need and want to have a set of rules. We want boundaries. We want to feel the security of being perhaps either in a monastic setting or related to a temple where we can come regularly and feel some sort of. We all need that, actually. We do need it. We need, when Prabhupada gives us the regulative principles, you shall not do, these 4 things. Not do them. It's negative, but we need some kind of boundaries in our lives, especially in the current age when people have so few boundaries. So that's hugely important. But at the same time, as we take to Krishna consciousness more and more, naturally, I become more soft, and my heart becomes soft, and we're not talking about advanced spontaneous love for Krishna, but we might just want to relax a bit, and just, especially in friendship. In friendship amongst devotees becomes more and more important with the passing of time. And in friendship, as we're hearing here, friends relate in different ways. So that's also important, and that is a major part of Lord Chaitanya's movement, is this relationship of friendship, spontaneity. There are times to relax, sometimes maybe, the tight restrictions. But at the same time, Prabhupada says, unfortunately, so long as we're in this world, we do have to pay attention to public opinion. We have a movement, we have a mission, and so that's also important, and it's important on the path of spiritual life anyway, to accept rules. Now, I closed the book, I didn't mean to do that, because in his purport to the verse just after this, or actually no, in this verse, Lord Chaitanya was controlled by the good qualities of his devotees. And this is the real fruit of devotional service. It's not how good I am, not how obedient I follow the rules. It's how I develop the good qualities. The good qualities of a devotee are the essence of Krishna consciousness, really. We gradually, and Prabhupada summed it up so beautifully, as I've oftentimes cited, when he first came to England and he was interviewed at the airport, and the journalist asked him about his disciples, and Prabhupada spoke very lovingly, because he hadn't seen them for quite a while. The ones who met him at the airport in London, he hadn't seen them for a year and a half. They were so pleased to see him, he was so pleased to see them, and he said, these young boys and girls, they are developing all good qualities because they're devoted to Krishna. And he quoted that verse, which I can't now remember, the scholars amongst us will know. Someone who is devoted to Krishna develops all the good qualities of the demigods. Whereas if someone is not devoted to Krishna, there can be no good qualities. Which always seems like a rather exclusive sort of approach to spiritual life, that the only people with good qualities are the devoted to Krishna and no one else has any good qualities. But it's making a point that when I become a devotee of Krishna, if I practice Krishna consciousness, for example, if I attend the Bhagavatam class, the Bhagavatam says, by regularly hearing the Bhagavatam, and by serving the pure devotee, all that is inauspicious in the heart is gradually destroyed. Or it's practically destroyed, almost destroyed. The process works, but it takes time. So over time, by being connected to Krishna, by serving Krishna, by associating with his devotees, chanting his name, we will develop these qualities, which are, and I just wanted to remind you, this is from the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm using my translation here because it makes it simple. Krishna describes, who is the one who is dear to him? And when Lord Chaitanya was teaching Sanatana Goswami, he referred to this passage in the Bhagavad Gita, that this is the quality of a devotee. One who bears no hatred, who is a compassionate friend to all creatures, who is not possessive or selfish, equal in happiness and distress, and forgiving, who is dedicated to the spiritual path, always satisfied, self-controlled and determined, whose mind and intelligence are fixed on me. This devotee of mine is dear to me. One who troubles no one and is troubled by no one, who is unmoved by happiness, anger, fear or distress, is dear to me. One who is detached, pure, skillful, without cares or troubles, and selfless in all endeavours. This devotee of mine is dear to me. One who does not grasp joy or hatred, grief or desire, good or bad. This devoted soul is dear to me. One who looks equally on friends or enemies, honour or dishonour, heat or cold, happiness or distress, praise or blame. Who craves nothing, is silent and satisfied in any situation, who has no home, who is even-minded and filled with devotion. Such a person is dear to me. Those who faithfully follow this eternal path of devotion, making me their supreme goal, are dearly beloved to me. So that wonderful passage is, you could say that is the companion of, when we take initiation, we promise to chant 16 rounds and not do 4 things. Right? Well, here are the things we should do in terms of the way I live, the way I try to model myself. These are the qualities that we wish to develop, which will, of their own accord, naturally develop in the heart of a devotee, because they are the qualities essentially of the soul. And they will come of their own accord. And there again is another list which was referred to by Saraswati the other day. And I thought, I must find where that list appears. We've all heard of the 26 qualities of the devotee. So here's the reference. It's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Lord Chaitanya, again, he's speaking to Sanatana Goswami. And here he describes the devotee. Kripalu akrita droha satya sarasama nidosha vadanyam ridu shuchiya kinchana sarvo pakaraka shanta krishnaika sharana akama aniya stira vijita sadguna nitabuk apramata manada amani gambira karuna maitra kavi dakshamoni. Devotees are always merciful, humble, truthful, equal to all, faultless, magnanimous, mild and clean.